Hi, so my name is Stephanie Stager, and I am going to be talking a little bit today about the Volkswagen scandal that has ensued within the last um, 6 months or so. So, Volkswagen in most houses is a household name. Most people in the millennial generation and before know Volkswagen for one car in particular, and that was the Beetle. One of the most influential cars of the 20th century, the Beetle has made a name for Volkswagen throughout the world. Until last year, Volkswagen was doing pretty well. It had high sales projections and had experienced losses in over a decade. Unfortunately for Volkswagen, that streak ended in 2015. What started as routine on-road emissions testing in 2015 uncovered a scandal that has left Volkswagen scrambling to salvage what's left of its reputation. There are very many questions continuing to be asked by the media and consumers. So to start, I'm going to give a little background information to better explain the scandal. Next, I'm going to elaborate on the impact of the organization's shares, the bottom line, and the employees. Finally, I'm going to talk about how Volkswagen has responded to the scandal and analyze crisis management tactics. So to begin, I want to talk a little bit about how the device that cheats emissions works. So, Volkswagen installed these devices in recent diesel-powered cars that detects when emissions are being tested. Upon being tested, a car's device activates to produce lower emissions than it otherwise would. So this is known as the defeat device. The issue is this device only works during stationary emissions testing. So during the normal course of driving, emissions are not lowered at all. In fact, it's been found that these cars produce more than 40 times the legal emissions limit of nitrous oxide. Volkswagen estimates that about 11 million cars are equipped with this defeat device worldwide. The CEO has since resigned. Many other employees have since been suspended or fired. Many are questioning the morals of employees in this company who must have known, yet no one blew the whistle. An amnesty program was implemented, but many remain skeptical that the company is just doing this for the public, to please the public. So moving forward, I'm going to go ahead and discuss the financial impact in the corporate structure. So Volkswagen saw a major blow in their profits and shares. Weeks immediately following the crisis, the shares plunged 50%. Since then, they've begun to climb slowly, but they're not even close to recovering to what they used to be prior to this incident. Volkswagen has also seen its first loss in over a decade. That, to be exact, is a $1.84 billion loss in the third quarter of 2015. Volkswagen is noted for having a top-down structure. So according to a LinkedIn article by Farazi, the organization is slow to respond to change and leaves the organization with glaring blind spots. This points to the possibility that only important executives and engineers were actually in the know, but a less top-down structure would aid a better flow of communication for Volkswagen. So now I'm going to go ahead and elaborate on how the company has handled the media coverage, as well as the crisis management aspects of this case. On September 18, 2015, more than 53,000 tweets were sent out in response to this developing scandal. In the days that followed, tweets on the topic averaged about 8,000 per day. CyberAlert lists a few steps to be taken in time of crisis. Companies should act quickly. They should be transparent and apologetic. They should quickly cut ties with offending employees, try to make amends with those affected, and continue monitoring the situation closely. So initially, Volkswagen stopped all social media communications. Little information was really released immediately following the scandal. It seems to have created some problems for consumers who, in lieu of official information, kind of fill in the blanks with hearsay. It wasn't until September 27th, 2015 that dieselinfo.com was launched in hopes of answering some consumers' questions. Many statements of apology have since been released by many executives. Then CEO Martin Winterkorn's resignation was one of the first calls to action for Volkswagen. The company believed that this would, this first step would, this was the first step in rebuilding its tarnished reputation. Well, it seems that Volkswagen has kind of attempted to manage this crisis properly. It also seems that certain aspects weren't handled adequately in the media's eyes. In conclusion, I spoke about the background of the scandal and the device that alters these emissions. Next, I spoke about how the scandal has impacted the company's stocks and profits. Finally, I spoke about the media coverage and Volkswagen's crisis management efforts. While Volkswagen has done seemingly irreparable harm to their reputation, hopefully this scandal can help to teach them the importance of having strong contingency plans in place for the future. Thank you.